So many of us believe that Batman is the most amazing character in the DC universe, and many of us actually hope and believe that we can be Batman. But I'm here to tell you that you cannot be him, because if you try to do or have gone through any of the experiences that Batman has had to go through, I'm telling you, you all would have fumbled the bag harder than, let me say, Bruce Wayne ever could have done it. Like, you guys would fumble the bag so hard, and it'd be so funny to watch, to be honest. So what I'm going to talk about here now is one of the things that I believe that you cannot handle, and that is Batman's traumatic childhood. We all know how Bruce Wayne's parents died. They were shot, and they were not just shot, they were shot in front of him. So he got to lose not one, but two of his parents in one night. Only God knows why they were passing that dark alley, but that one is a story for another day. Truth is, they both died. And that one is enough to mark a very traumatic period in any child's life. At a young age, losing two parents who loved you dearly is actually quite sad. And they could actually grow up to live a life of regrets and neglect, because, well, we've seen in most cases whereby children who are exposed to riches at such a young age and terrible experiences end up living very, very sad and lonely lives. And that would have been the case of Batman if not for the help of Alfred. Now, this is why I believe that Alfred is actually one of the reasons why Batman is who he is today. Alfred did not just decide to take care of Bruce Wayne in the hopes of one day ruling over the company. He took care of young Master Bruce because he loved the boy with all his heart. He loved him in the only way he could ever love his son. And that was why he gave Bruce Wayne all the attention, all the necessary knowledge he needed for him to be a good adult in life. And that is why Bruce Wayne was actually responsible to a certain point where he could handle his parents' company. Without Alfred by his side, I believe that Bruce Wayne would have had a lot of trouble dealing with the company. And that is if he even wanted to manage the company at all, because I believe that he would have used the money to delve into drugs, alcohol, gambling, and every other thing that could distract him from the painful reality that is his life. Another reason why I believe that it would be hard for you to cope with being Bruce Wayne is because of the amount of training that he had to endure to become the Batman. Now, in a city where crime is the number one order of the day, it would be hard for a child to grow up with a nice moral sense of justice. Batman, seeking out a way to help his people in the city, decided to become a vigilante. And in order to do that, he had to be strong, he had to be fast, he had to be, well versed in the arts of fighting and, breaking of bones and properly disarming the enemy. So he learned under very, very notable figures in the world of martial arts. He learned under Kung Fu masters. He learned under different principles and disciplines. He also learns the way of an assassin, which of course would have made it to kill a few people. But no, we can see that Batman still held on to his moral code of him wanting to protect his city. Now, I believe that if it was just your average child with no money or no power whatsoever, and you had decided to learn all those kind of skills, I believe that many of you would have chosen the option to become an assassin, to kill people for money. And that is just the truth of it. There is no way you would tell me that you just go into the city, because how much do you think his gadgets actually cost? The Batmobile, the Batplane, the Batrangs, and everything that he has in his utility belt, do you think they come for free? No, they're expensive. So if you don't have the money, if you don't have the means to get those things, I'm very sure you would have taken to the streets and started killing people for money. So there's no two ways about it. Aside from that, we have to talk on the fact that Batman's no killing policy is actually one of the things that I believe that many of you would have folded under. This is why. Imagine your villains gallery now. You have the Joker, you have Riddler, you have Clayface, you have the Penguin, you have people like Bane. All these figures are people that don't just like go into the bank to steal money. They are the leaders of very big criminal organizations that have their fingers into everything from smuggling to drug trafficking and to other unspeakable acts. Now you're telling me that you have them in your grasp and you put them in prison. You go home, you sleep. You wake up some other time and you find out that they have escaped. And instead that they have escaped, they actually kill more people and do more wicked deeds. What do? Do you take them to prison or do you put them down for good? Honestly speaking, if I were to be in his shoes, I would definitely put them down. There is no two ways about it. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to sleep at night knowing that the Joker is alive and kicking in prison. I mean, why would I take those guys to prison? They eat 3 square meals a day and they live in one of the most high-tech prisons ever. Like, why? We should be using all this money to prepare for otherworldly threats like alien threats. But no, we are using this money to imprison people that will still escape one way or another. Like, what for? And not only did they escape, they end up doing the most terrifying deeds possible, killing people. Children are becoming orphans because of these guys, and Batman still locks them up. That is a flaw in his character, if you ask me, because left to me, I would definitely put those guys down. And we can see the end result of everything in Injustice. In Injustice, the Joker escapes prison as per usual. He gets a submarine as per usual. He gets more scarecrow toxins and uses it to trick one of the strongest beings in the entire world, Superman for that matter. And Superman does the unthinkable. He kills his wife and his unborn child accidentally. And the Joker doesn't stop there. He ends up destroying the city of Metropolis, killing everybody in that city. Literally destroying everyone that Batman ever knew or loved. Like, that is just evil in all the ways possible. Now, Superman is devastated. He's angry, he's sad, he's full of sorrow. At this point, it would be right if he wants to take his revenge on the Joker. And knowing fully well that the limit to that is to kill him, I would definitely say yes. Put an end to this guy once and for all. But if Batman had killed the Joker a long time ago, we won't be having this conversation. Now the Batman is interrogating the Joker or doing only God knows what. Superman storms in and kills the Joker, despite Batman begging him not to. Superman kills the Joker, as he rightfully should. And this leads Superman to think that, why are we keeping these guys alive? The criminals should be brought to justice, tried for their crimes, and executed. That way, it will deter others from doing the same thing. Honestly, to me, that is the best logic. That is the best logic. But Batman has to say otherwise. And when the team is split in two, they decide to go their separate ways. Superman decides that it's time to put an end to the villains that cause the most trouble. And please, oh please tell me, where do they go to first to find the most dangerous criminals on the planet? They go to Arkham Asylum. And where is Arkham Asylum? In Gotham City. And who is the hero in charge of Gotham City? It's Batman. Because Batman chooses to keep his criminals alive and well, eating 3 square meals a day, living in a high-tech facility in high-tech prisons, these guys still get to escape and cause trouble another day. But Superman says no, and it's time to bring an end to this shit. And this ends up splitting the team even more. And as we all know, yes, Batman lost Nightwing, which was sad. But this just goes to show that, as it stands, most of us cannot take the high road as Batman has taken, because it will be hard, it will be impossible. And I feel like he's too righteous of a character to a fault. Even though, yes, we all know that, yes, Batman does has his contingency plans against the other league members and all those things that make him one of the top dogs in the DC universe. But still, even with all the prep time in the world, if Batman does not kill his enemies when the time is right, all the prep time in the world will not be enough. And this is why I believe that Batman is too righteous, and this is why I believe that none of you will be able to do what Batman has done so far in the series. We all know how we handle villains in today's society. Serial killers like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. We all know that, yes, they deserve to get the death penalty. But imagine we keep them in prison and they keep on escaping and they keep on causing more havoc. We have to do more damage control, and we have to end up being placed with this guilt in our mind of, oh, I wish I knew. I would have killed these guys a long time ago. And this is why I believe that it will be hard for us to do what Batman has done, keep on imprisoning these guys and keep on going into the streets to capture them over and over again. It's easier to get rid of the criminals once and for all and let the streets of Gotham be clean.